Ari, what did you see that just other people just did not and were getting so wrong?
Thanks, John. Yeah, so without talking too much about the specifics of our trades, we approach the market through the lens of behavioral finance, and one of our core beliefs is that people overestimate the likelihood of moderate to large losses, but vastly underestimate the risk of extreme, highly improbable events. So we certainly don't get everything right. Sometimes we're wrong, and sometimes we're too early, but Monday's events would definitely fall into the category of a highly improbable event, which humans typically underestimate. Additionally, there were some idiosyncratic risks to these products that we identified that made this event way more likely than a typical black swan event. And there was a lot of great research on this. Prav and the rest of the team at MRA and a bunch of the other banks were really at the forefront, and that inspired us to methodically break down the technical dynamics of exactly how this unravel would occur. And we weren't predicting that volatility would spike. We just saw a highly asymmetric risk-reward profile if it did.
So going forward from here, Ari, and we should congratulate Pravit as well, of course, who's an advisor to your fund. Ari, do you see this as a regime shift? Is something moving, or was this a one-off event that you had the lottery ticket for?
Yeah, so we don't pretend to forecast or predict what the future is going to hold. We just try to systematically analyze human behavior, how these behaviors will be expressed in the market, and then look for examples where risk is mispriced. So that being said, I think we'll see the recency bias take place here, which is this idea that people typically overweight the importance of the most recent events. And after all the dust has settled, we expect the dynamic where people overpay to protect themselves against downside risk to return potentially larger than ever, because volatility is back.